So good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. And see some new names. So we normally track some of the names that join the Zoom sessions, but I'm spotting some new names. So welcome to the new people. So my name is Ken. For those who don't know me, and I'm the founder, Financial Hub. So we work with a few of my friends. We're all founders, so we are partners basically. Unfortunately, today I'll be doing the Zoom session alone because my partner has some other meetings that he's doing in the office. But anyway, I'll make sure to deliver what he was to deliver, rather, what you're looking for in the market. So basically, we just take you through some of the trades we are taking, some of the markets we are watching, and we do that using a live account. So unlike other people, we believe in using live accounts, and we do hope that most of you are trading live accounts. So that's basically what we'll be doing for those who are new. For those who are always here, you know how it goes, and I won't go into the details. You guys will just see. So we normally give the first 5 minutes for people to join. So I'll start at 10:35. 4 more minutes remaining. And if you have any questions, post them in the chat room. So if you just post a question on the chat room, I will answer you. So someone is asking, I have a question, can I talk? No, you can't talk, but you can post your question on this chat room, then I will answer your question. I will start off by looking at some of the trades that we had on Monday, and then I'll move on into other things. So let me just share my screen. Share, then I will go directly into what I had. So one. To start off, I look at oil. I think oil has been sliding lower now. For the last 2 days, we have seen oil move substantially lower, trading as low as the 36.5 mark from the $40 mark just the other day, I think on Friday. So markets have been moving lower now for some time. On Monday, we had a bank holiday and we had this consolidation. We did expect a pullback at least to this level before the continuation, but markets never did that. And on Tuesday, when markets opened, we had this immediate sell-off to this level. So what am I looking for? What am I watching? I think from the patterns, I'm expecting a pullback at least from these levels, and I think markets will pull back until 39, 39.1. So I think actually the current candlestick pattern for me is a good signal for entry. So immediately I'm done with this Zoom session, I'll be looking for entries into this market. And I think once I execute a long position, I'll be looking for these markets to go back at least to 38.2 first, and ultimately the 39.5 level. So this is the first target the second target that I'll be looking for in the markets. I think these markets are currently, for the short term, they're overdone, so they're oversold. And I think when that happens, markets must pull back, or rather pull back eventually. So I'm looking for that move to 39.2, which is the next upside target. So gold is currently sitting in something that we don't understand. So it's currently sitting in a consolidation. I'm not sure of the long-term direction. All I know is that on the daily chart, we're struggling to go below the 1925 level. And when that's the case, we normally expect markets to come back higher. So we could see gold going back higher, at least to trade at 1950 first, 1975, and ultimately even 1976. So on the hourly chart, if I just sink lower to the hourly chart directly, you'll find that gold yesterday we had this move lower, then we had this quick comeback, and you can see the comeback was escorted with some good bullish momentum, and today we had this correction. So if you just use basic patterns which are normally used in trading, and you look at this, then you discover that this was a move, a pullback. And now this is the continuation. So first target that you're looking for is 1950. A break of 1950 sends us to 1960, 1961, which is the next upside target. So that's the next level that you're looking for. In the event that 1961 is broken, I'll be looking for 1975 as the next upside level. And I think gold has some bullish strength in it, because when all markets are selling off, gold never sold off. So gold for a long time has been sitting in this consolidation, at least for a month now. We have just been sitting in this consolidation, not going lower. So I think there's a lot of potential for a bull move, taking us higher all the way to the 1976 level. So early in the morning, I woke up and came in short into this market. But from the price action, I think I'm wrong, and I liquidated my trades, and now I think I'll be looking for longs to 1976, 1975. The next pair that I look at probably is sterling. So I think also sterling for the short term, is oversold, and I think from that point I expect a comeback. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, markets have been selling off all the way from the 1.35 level, no significant correction, all the way to 1.2950. So we can expect a correction at least to 1.3250, probably even 1.33 level. As the markets will be moving higher, then we could probably get a continuation to the downside. So I'm looking for markets to at least come back to be above the 1.30 level before I start buying, and when I start buying, I'll be looking for 1.31 and ultimately 1.32 before looking for the 1.33 level that I talked about. So those are the targets that I'm watching. The next trade that I'm looking at is Dow Jones, which I think did some wonderful things last week. So for the last 2 weeks, we've made some good money trading these markets, and I've actually not liquidated all my trades. So I think I'll liquidate my trades as you guys will be watching. So the markets moved lower. This was the first target I was looking for, and you can see markets hit this target and now they are going back. So I think we may not get this break like I was looking for, and if we get this break, I think I can execute it in the form of a day trade. So what I'll do is I'll liquidate my positions currently, then I'll watch markets, because London has just opened and we are 40 minutes into London trading, and I can see some momentum shifts. So I can see some bullish pressure coming back into the markets, and after a long sell-off, and that happens, and we don't have many fundamental reasons pushing the markets lower, I don't expect the bearish pressure to continue. So probably we'll get some pullbacks taking the markets higher. We could even see markets move as high as 28,000 and even higher. So I think for this one now we are done, at least for the short term. Probably we'll get this slide lower to this level, but I think from these two closes I'm beginning to change my mind. I was slightly bearish, but the closes that we are forming currently show me that probably the bulls are back in control. So immediately we get a close above this level, the 27,725, I'll be out of my positions, and then I'll be looking now for longs, but mainly I'll focus on longs on oil and longs on sterling, which I think are some of the favorite trades for now. So that's what I have. On dollar card, Caleb had talked about a long position on dollar card, which I can see played out really well. So yesterday we had this bullish move sending us higher. So I don't normally trade this pair. I just watch it and probably contribute when the time comes, but I don't normally trade it. So I'm not really good. I don't have the handles for the levels and everything else, which is normal. But definitely, since I'm a trader, if I look at a chart, I can know where the markets are going, and I'll probably have a 40-50% chance of being right. And for this one, I think we are just beginning the bull move. We may get these markets continuing to move higher, and when that's the case, we could see these markets move as high as the 1.35, 1.36 level upside target, which is the next upside target in these markets. So on the 4-hour chart, yeah, we're just, so short term, I think also again this is a selling point, this is not a buying point. From my trading and from how I look at markets, you can see we had like 4 significant marubozus, and now we've gotten 2 shooting star candles, which signals that momentum may be shifting, and probably it's now time to turn your tools and look at the other direction. So probably markets will correct a bit to the 1.3170, 1.3130 before the continuation to the upside. So that's what I'm looking for on dollar card. So mainly I think those are the things I'm watching. I've shared with you around 4 setups: gold longs, oil longs, sterling longs, and dollar card you're looking for shorts. On Dow Jones, I'm still sitting on the fence. Let's wait for a break of S1 before knowing where the markets will ultimately move to. So those are some of the markets we are watching, and we'll give you an update in case anything else arises. So if there's any question, I'll try and answer it in the chat room. So someone is asking, what is the relationship of EURUSD with other currency pairs? Can we say it is the main fish that directs the markets in other currency pairs? So we can say that euro dollar is the most liquid pair, first of all, in the currency market. The euro is among the G10 currencies, so they are mainly called the G10 currencies, which is a strong. These are some of the best countries in the world, the developed countries, including USA, Australia, Japanese, Europe, and in Europe now we use all European countries, including Germany and many others, use the euro, excluding now Britain, which actually came out of the European Union. So euro is a really strong pair, but I wouldn't say it directs other pairs. What it normally does, it can give you a feel for what will be happening in the dollar pairs. because I think it has a big correlation between happens on the dollar and on the euro. So if you're maybe trading euro yen, it can direct you. If you're trading GBP USD, it can direct you. But the main correlation, I think, is you're looking at the dollar. The dollar is the main influence. So we normally say the dollar is the king. The direction of the dollar dictates how the currency markets will be moving. So if it moves higher, we expect other currencies to be moving lower. If it moves lower, we expect other currencies to be moving higher. So it's a relative game. One has to be moving lower while the other one is moving higher. So that's how we look at markets. Any other questions? Do you offer lessons at a fee, please? Yeah, we do offer lessons at a fee. So if you're interested in any of our course packages, we have 3 course packages and we have a free book also. So Maggie Maina, you can contact us, so we can give you our number. You can contact us and we can give you further details about the programs we have depending on your stage in the market. Is Expert Option a good trading platform in Kenya? Not really, so we don't trade options. And Expert Options, I don't know if they're binary options, but I'm guessing they are binary options, and that's not really trading. Actually, trading is something totally different from that, so it's not something that we really look at. A review of the trade you took yesterday, kindly. So I've actually shown the trade that I took. It was on Dow Jones, the $500 trade. I'm sure it's the one you're asking for, Derek.
Or gold.
Gold. A review of the trade you took yesterday, kindly.
You have 2 trades.
Yeah, so I think you're talking about the Dow Jones, which I actually shared. So I showed you how the trade panned out. So maybe I'll just go back and do a review of that one so that you can see clearly. So yeah, this was the trade. The trade was executed from this level. I expected markets to sync up to this level. You can see clearly markets synced to this level. I had some good position sizing, and that is what enabled me to make the amount of money I made when the markets were moving. So that's the trade that I took. But for now, I'm trying to pivot. So immediately after these Zoom sessions, I'll be going into some of the positions I talked about. Do you have Zoom lessons for beginners? So yeah, we do have something of an orientation if that's what you're interested in. So you can schedule with us a call and we can guide you into how you can start your Forex journey, or into what you need at least for you to start trading profitably. So we can do that for you, Eliza, if you're interested in that. So you can just contact us, the number you're given there, or the email or our website, and we'll get back to you and organize for you a Zoom session. Any other questions? So if you're new to trading, Jeremy, you're interested in it but don't know how to go about it, please get to us. We'll guide you into how to go about it. That's the main reason why we are here. We are here to trade our money and to guide people on how they can do the best, or how they can make the best decisions in the markets. And definitely you need some training. So you can contact us again and we will share with you the programs we have, or how we can be of help to you as you start your own journey. Any other question? Okay, since there's no other question, we normally do these Zoom sessions every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The same time, 10:30. So if you're in the group, we'll definitely send you the link. If you're not in the group, we'll send you the group link so that you can join. And you'll always receive the links and you'll be able to track and see how we trade our markets. I don't open my brokerage when looking for trades. I just open my brokerage to execute my trades. So I am not sure what you're asking, Sean Andrews.
What do you mean? Sean, what do you mean?
So for us, we are trading stocks, we are trading currencies, commodities, and also indices. So currencies, we look at the mainly G7 pairs. So we look at Euro dollar, Aussie dollar, USD CAD. We look at GBP USD. We look at GJ. We look at EJ. Those are the main pairs we focus on. Then in stocks, we look at indexes. So indexes are summary or a basket of stocks. So we look at Dow Jones. We look at S&P. We look at Nasdaq. And then commodities, we mainly focus on gold and oil. So those are the main things we do. Broker we normally use Scope Market. So we were previously using EGM Securities, but now we moved to Scope Markets. So EGM is also associated with FX Pesa, but now we use Scope Markets. So in the event that you have any other question and you find yourself in town, always remember we are located in ICA building 17th floor. So you can give us a visit and we will maybe guide you, have a chat about markets, talk about the challenges of trading, the good things about trading, and anything else that's important. How can you advise a person who wants to do Forex full time? Just be dedicated to the game. I think if you're dedicated to the game, it will pay off eventually, but it will take some energy, some time, and probably even some dedication for you to become a very good trader. No, I wouldn't recommend you use expert options, so I'd advise you to actually shy off that one and trade using other things. What advice will you give to improve on entries? That depends on your system. So how is your system? For me to answer this question, I'd want to know how you trade, because I'm not sure how you trade. I think if I knew how you execute your positions, Mike, I'd be able to guide you on how you can improve on your entries. How long can a serious student take to learn? I think 4 to 6 months are enough for you to learn how to trade, especially if you have guidance, because the hard part is actually not looking at the charts or the analysis. The hard part is learning your psychology, which is quite a challenge. That's what normally takes time. But again, if you're guided, you can also do it in quite some short time. But I think, like you said, you need to be serious and dedicated. So I like the way you stated it. You need to be serious and dedicated. Do you hedge losing positions? No, I don't do that. So losers average losers. I'm not a loser. I'm a winning trader. So I don't average losers. Anytime I've done that, I've ended up losing double the money I was to lose. How much do you charge to coach? We have different programs, like I said, Sean. So Caleb will be sharing with you some of the programs we have. So you can just contact him, or you can leave us your contact, and then we'll contact you and share with you. But you can check our website and you'll find our contacts. You can give us a call and we'll answer your questions. So since there's no other question, I'll assume we are done. So thank you for the questions. I hope I was of help to you, and we'll see you guys next time. So someone else is asking, do I still hedge losing positions? I think I said I don't hedge losing positions. I said I don't average losers. Hedging losing positions is the same as averaging losers, which means you're trying to make money on a losing position, which doesn't work from my trading experience. So I don't do that. I normally look to add into winners and to cut my losers as early as possible. So I don't average into losing positions.
Maybe he also means hedging, like you're long and short.
I don't do that also. I don't hedge positions. I don't try to make a loser. I don't try to turn a losing position into a winning one. If it's a loser, learn to take your losers. You'll definitely have very many losers. So the best thing is for you to learn to take them and go home, wait for the next opportunity. That's the only way you'll be able to make money in this game. If you have not accepted taking losers as part of the game, you have not accepted the true nature of trading. The best traders are only right 50 to 60% of the time. Therefore, you'll have to take losers at least 50 to 40% of the time again. So just get used to the idea, manage your risk well, and take your losses. At least when your winners are bigger than your losses, you can be able to make up and at least be profitable in the game. So since there's no other question, I think I'll see you guys on Friday. In the event that you have any other question, you can jump in on Friday and ask the questions. Hopefully Caleb will be in that day, and again, hopefully some of the trades that I shared will have panned out and we'll review them like we reviewed the ones we did on Monday. So that's it. I'll see you guys next time, and see you. Have a wonderful week, and hopefully you make some pips and some money.